Hey, favorite ones, come on in and take a seat at the round table. Throw a coin in the wishing well if you choose to, and come on in and get comfy. Before we get started, for any of those who are new, what we like to do over here and on my channel is something called Welcoming Utopia. If you probably would have saw it on the intro there. And it's where we take a moment and sit and think about things and list them off, bulletin points, or make really big wishes. Never too big of a wish on what you would want in your personal or international galactic utopia. People being included, having clean drinking water, a safe place to sleep, those types of things, and hold that type of frequency. I feel the more that we do that, the more we welcome in utopia into our lives. So today, since it is April 4th, 2024, 4444, it's 111 on the clock as well, portal, I wanted to do 4 piles, so pick a pile reading, and it's why are you unforgettable? So I have 4 different decks here that I'm going to be using as well. I'm going to pull a card from each one and find out different ways on how you, my lovely favored ones, are unforgettable. And for those who are prefer looking at crystals in order to choose, I have a blue fluorite for pile number 1, and of course I will have them listed below. Pile number 2 is orange calcite. And remember that these are general readings, so it may not all apply. And of course, don't give any of your money to those who are commenting in your DMs and stuff. Those are scammers and who say they have a reading for you for a good reason. Readers will wait for you to approach them. Those who don't are usually scammers. Usually they are scammers. Pile number 3, there we go. And pile number 4, pile number 3 is red tiger's eye. And pile number 4, and last not least, is the moss agate, or agate, whatever you want to pronounce it as. So yeah, if you want to take a moment, you want to roll a dice, flip a coin twice and find out which pile is yours, then you're certainly welcome to. And I look forward to seeing you all in your pile. So bye. Pile number 1. If you chose the blue fluorite and the flower number 4, then this pile is for you. Before we get started on shuffling, I'll roll the dice here for you. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so I feel like for you, it's like the final countdown. People count down to when they can see you the next time. They really enjoy your flowery aura. You could be might like dressing up colorful, or you may be like into graffiti and painting, stuff like that. I feel like people literally count down the days or the minutes to come see you. Some of you may have a long distance relationship or a friendship that they're literally counting down until the next time they get to see you, because that's how unforgettable you are. You are so unforgettable that people literally cannot stop thinking about you and when the next time they're going to see you. Like, you could be out the door and they're like, wow, that was a really great time with pile number 1. I can't wait until I see them the next time. I feel it's like people are willing to wait for you as well. You may have a busy schedule, because with the flowers from the number 4, every flower has its own season and when it makes an appearance, right? So people are willing to wait for you to come around. Ooh, pile number 1. Oh, okay. Fluorite is known to soothe those who are experiencing a hard time. So you may be able to soothe others when they're going through a difficult time, and that's what makes you unforgettable, is when you were around, you really helped soothe their minds and cleared up some mental, it gave them mental clarity. You really tactful as well, because blue fluorite is for softening brutal honesty, and the opposite of brutal honesty, since we were wondering why you're so unforgettable, is because you're very tactful with the way you approach things, and you're not trying to be brutally honest. You don't try to be the devil's advocate. You try to calm them as much as possible, dispelling anger with an embracing patience. Some of you may be the mediator type personality from the INFP or whatever it is. The one that's for the mediator. You may mediate a lot. You are able to diffuse situations, and that's what makes you unforgettable. There could be cases when you go out to an event, and all of it's giving me that scene from Coyote Ugly where she got turned away from the job because she's not fast enough, and as she's walking away, for those who haven't seen the movie, the bartender wanted to go in, get a waitressing job, but it seemed way over her head and too intense. But as she was going out, there was these two men starting to fight over a spilt beer. So she took the money that she had just been given for her time that she was there. She was like, sorry to waste your time, here's some money, get out. And she was leaving, and she was like, how about you take this money and buy yourselves a nice drink and stop fighting? And they did. They took the money and they stopped fighting. And the person who was hiring, the manager, was like, you want to know what? You would do well here. So people are overlooking you and thinking that you're over your head, and then you prove them wrong and show them just how capable you are. And that's unforgettable. The fact that they had underestimated you, and you not only succeeded their expectations, but you exceeded your own expectations as well. And people are realizing that is that you're extremely humble with your beginnings, is what I'm hearing. And you're willing to look past your pride in order to achieve homeostasis, a sense of calm. You're not people pleasing, you're finding a solution, and in a mature way. And people are so blown away by that, and it makes you unforgettable. They're like, hey, you remember that one time that pile number one just was like, why is everyone fighting right now, when we could be going and doing this? We're fighting over what movie we should be going seeing. Why don't we just split up in groups, and this group can go see that movie and this group can go see that movie? We don't have to go as a big group, and then a compromise. You know how to make a compromise even for all those who are around. With the flowers inside of the picture, they all have a place to show and shine. They don't look too crowded. They don't look like there's too much blue in one area or too much pink. You really know how to, a lot of you might be in color theory, or really enjoy fashion and design and have an eye for color. I hear some of you are colorblind and you're laughing at me right now, but I still feel like you have a very keen eye for detail. Especially if you were colorblind, you'd have to have extra keen sense of which color, which grays go together, right? And which ones, and knowing where things are because they kind of blend in with each other instead of just popping out for you. Having that sense, a keen sense of detail for people's words and style and mannerisms, and for sounds as well. You may be someone who learns by ear. And like graphic design or interior design, I'm getting as well. And if you don't do it as a profession, people just really think when they come over to your house that it's unforgettable the way you have your house situated and the way that you, what kind of aesthetic you've decided to choose on to decorate, you know. They're like, wow, that really suits pile number one. They really know how to pick their type of aesthetic and make it look really good in the amount of room that they have. It doesn't look too crowded. It doesn't look too, you know, open, and it feels welcoming and inviting. And I feel like that's your energy as well. Is why you're so unforgettable, is that you're inviting and calming. But I also know how you know how to communicate and shut things down, like with what I said, very tactful. We're gonna move on into the cards now. So I'll have them listed below. I have the Waite Rider deck, the Dreamweaver Oracle, the Herbal Astrology Oracle, and the Muse Tarot, for those who are curious. Yeah, wedding. Some of you may work in wedding, whether you're doing the singing, whether you're a wedding cake decorator, or you could be a florist as well. I haven't said that yet, but some of you may have your own personal garden at home, and that like is making you unforgettable. People seeing you at the farmer's market selling your own bees, honey, and stuff like that. Some of you may do your own marketing. Some of you might like doing suspensions, or like silk ribbon acrobatics, and that's why it makes you unforgettable, the way you are able to see things that other people may have not been able to, like by inspiring clear and focused communication between both the human and the physical plane into the spiritual realm. So I feel like, yeah, you're inside of two different realms at the same time. You're able to view, and that makes you unforgettable, just the way you are able to receive downloads and change people's perspectives, and where they're like, wow, I didn't really think of that before, and they may have been waiting for someone to give them that different perspective. And for you, you know, it was just something that you had learned a while ago and you just want to share. I feel like you really want to share what you learn with everyone. You don't ever want to gatekeep knowledge. It's something that makes you unforgettable. They're like, wow, I asked pile number one about that, and they were like, yeah, sure, that's where I got my shampoo. Here's the type of lipstick I use. I got it from this place. It's really cheap. Like, you really just want to make people be able to have an easier time. You want to see everyone bloom, is what I'm getting. You don't, and you're not going to judge people because you realize that some people bloom later than others. And that's what's making you unforgettable, is that you are a late bloomer and you cheer for others who have yet to blossom as well. Something happens and I'm head over heels. Yeah, you got people head over heels. Some of you may be into suspension. I said that once already, but yeah, some of you might like climbing trees or hanging upside down doing gymnastics, or you might like doing it with a bit more intimate setting. Some of you might be around 32 years old. Yeah, see, earlier I was saying like people don't want to say goodbye to you. Like you're so fun and chill to hang out with. Like you make people feel so calm that they don't want to let you go of your energy. Some of it you may have to really watch out for those who are energy vampires, but I feel like you're very protected because I feel like that's kind of like you being very protective, but also I'm seeing people just like really want to hang on to you and not want to let go whenever you leave. Like you're so unforgettable. Even years later, you may have the zombie syndrome where like people don't ghost you, but you'll like dismiss people and they'll like come back like in 3 months thinking that time away is an apology and instead of actual change behavior, and they'll try and see like, are you willing to take me back because you're unforgettable? And you're like, no, you treated me badly. I know it's hard to say goodbye, but eat, and you flick them. And or you block them obviously, but like, but yeah, those are your guides. Your guides are all around. This may be your pets. You may have familiars that help protect your energy, or these are your guides. They could be fairies as well. If you don't have, well, fairies are a type of guides, but I just wanted to point that out specifically. Yeah, I said it right this time. We're not going to the ocean. Although it does give me very ocean vibes. And I'm noticing now, yeah, you may have had some evil eye directed you in the past, and you know what it's like to have people want to, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it literally looks like an eye is etched with a bunch of lines coming out of it. Very veiny, and an eyeball on a lily pad. So yeah, a lot of people may be watching you at this time as you are blooming like a lotus at this time. You're really blossoming, and people are feeling like you may leave them behind. You may have left some people behind. But I feel like some people may feel like you may be growing and leaving them behind, and that's why they're holding on to you and they want to hang out with you and find out what you're doing. You're unforgettable because people don't even want to give you time to be forgotten. They don't even want to give you the time to be away from them. It seems like here they're like really holding on tight, and you are completely unbothered. Yeah, you're you're no longer being bothered by people who are asking a lot of you. People will be asking a lot of you, and you're like completely unbothered. You're like, no, that's yours. You're not taking other people's responsibility. You're not taking other people's responsibilities on. You're not allowing them to drag you down. Because it looks like they're holding on for dear life instead of dragging you down when they may have wanted to. You people, and it may, I feel like a lot of people that you're unforgettable to may have been people who had tried to put you down in the past, and the fact that you cut them off and you're doing so much better now, they're like, wow. Like, it's unforgettable. You were, like, they're unable to forget who you were before you bloomed. They can't forget that little seed that was stuck in the dirt. You know, you're getting it out of the mud with the lotus flower here. And that's fine. Because they're just going to keep getting shocked more and more and more if they can't accept the new you now. And they're like, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's unforgettable the way you show grace for yourself and the way you didn't give up on love for yourself either. With the Cassandra, I got kitty love on me. Woo. Cassandra, so some of you may work with Aphrodite or showing the love to yourself. Some of you are unforgettable because of the love that you show. You may have moved on from past lovers and friendships, and they're like, wow, no one's ever treated me as good as pile number one did. I wish I had treated them better, but like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, be gone. That's my perspective on it, though. I feel like you don't owe anyone the, a second chance. You can forgive someone and love them from a distance. And I feel like that's surprising for some people, is the fact that you are able to. You have that different sense of you, that you can love them from a distance. And people are finding unforgettable how you don't give everyone the benefit of the doubt. And showing yourself grace. 12 stars. 12 stars. Some of you, your XXX is unforgettable, with like, that kind of looks like the cavern and the libido. Whatever, you know what it looks like, okay? Is overflowing. So for some of you, with the water flowing down below, some of them, you're unforgettable from how wet you were. I know this isn't supposed to be an 18 plus reading, but I figure if it's tarot, not many people either for young. If you are, then watch out, kids. I got some stuff to say. Try and keep it as PG as possible for YouTube's sake. But yeah, some of them find it unforgettable. $12. Some of you are really good at cooking. Like some of you, your food is really good, is what I'm getting. Because I giggled because they said inside of my head, it's a 12-star restaurant, and people are like, oh, there's higher than 5 stars? Yes, there's higher than 5-star restaurants, and people feel like you're a 12-star restaurant. You ate, okay? And when you dress up and everything, the way you dress, the way you smell, the way you are presenting yourself with grace and poise, you ate. But also, you're a really incredible cook and chef. And I love how in this card, it reminds me of the Temperance card, where it's showing balance. You are a very balanced person. You're very take note-ish and do no harm kind of personality. It's like, don't start none, won't be none. Don't test me if you don't want to get bested. So inner beauty, inspiration, euphoria, vision, supernatural power, and synergy. Yes, you very much give that energy back and forward. You don't ever leave anyone feeling like their cup got emptied out. That's why they love hanging around you so much, is because other people who aren't energy vampires don't feel depleted around you. And that's a treat in itself. To not have to worry about being guarded, about having to worry about cleansing after they leave you, it's really a relief to just be. You are unforgettable because people can just be themselves around you. So in traditional Chinese medicine, flavors are seen as an energetic symbol within a plant, demonstrating its distinct healing traits. Cassandra berry contains all 5 flavors. Yeah, you are all 5 flavors. See, I told you you're really good at cooking because I was like looking at it, I was like 12 stars. Oh, confirmation. Some of you may get air bubbles or like gas as confirmation. Clairgustus. But yeah, you are all the flavors: sweet, bitter, salty, sour, and pungent. Directly signaling all those encompassing and highly medical natures and earning its name Wawuzi, or 5-flavored berry. Perfect yin-yang balance. Yeah, a lot of you may be androgynous, or you could be a tomboy, or you may do drag, but you balance the look very well. If not about your outward appearance, if you're like non-binary or whatever, you like to dress to the nines and whatever you dress in, then this is about your energy. You're very within your give and take energy. Like you said, giving, taking energy. You give energy, you receive energy. It's a mutual exchange. You give it very mutual exchange when people are around you, making very unforgettable. Okay. Cassandra nurtures all 5 elements as well. Oh, you the avatar. Wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, and enters all the 12 energy channels and meridians of the human body as the symbols of longevity and beauty. Even suggests the ability to attain immortality. Yeah, you are unforgettable. You are immortalized is how people are feeling about you right now, pile number 1. Woo! Woo! So yeah, considering it's supposed to increase energy, prolong life without aging. Yeah, you may look at that Benjamin Button effect. You may look very younger than what you are and get compliments all the time. It benefits the mind, supports the eye, acts as an anti-inflammatory, helps against radiation, protects from nervous system toxicity, and cleanses heavy metals, toxins. You may do a lot of detoxes. People may find you unforgettable because of all the information that you hold for helping others detox and cleanse themselves. Yeah, it embraces all 5 elements, all 12 energetic channels, and all flavors, provides longevity to every organ system, and harmonizes all the polarities. Also, the signature of Venus. Like the Temperance card, the goddess holding the cup represents the subconscious, as she crosses over the stream of water, representing the conscious mind. Cassandra medicine teaches us that all the high alchemy of beauty, grace, and harmony of dualities. Like the medicine of the swan, Cassandra is here to remind you of the grace within balance, patience, and moderation. So yeah, a lot of people find you unforgettable because you are able to indulge in things in moderation. You don't go over the top. You yeah, so that you don't end up having mental fog. Like if you're going to smoke around people, you may and drinking, no judgments, but you know your limit, and people are like really surprised, like, you know, makes you unforgettable. You know, you really keep your head level, and for some people, the fact that you don't forget them makes you unforgettable. They may be around people who are constantly drinking and forgetting what happened because they blacked out, but you remembered them, and that makes people feel seen. So I feel like that's something else that's coming out here as well, is the fact that you keep a level head and don't go overboard and keep a moderation on substances, and you're able to remember people is really unforgettable. The fact that the way you make people feel seen and known. Yeah, you are the sun. You're blooming right now. I love how it has all the colors from the flowers on the thumbnail. You may be eating a lot of avocados. You might make something with the avocado. Ooh, guacamole. Some of you guys may make a killer guac. But yeah, I feel that you're really working on your chi right now. Your chi, your life force is very unforgettable. The way you work on your solar plexus, your creativity is unforgettable. So whatever you are doing to be creative at this time, if you aren't, then this is your nudge to be doing so, because people are going to find it unforgettable if you haven't started yet. And for those who have started, people find your creative work, whether it's a written piece, whether it's acting, whether it's painting, whether it's through graphic design, or maybe even rebuilding cars, or you're a tastemaker. Which means fashion for those who don't know. Maybe you're a wordsmith and you do have a vast vocabulary. That's impressive for people. Yeah, maybe you freestyle, whatever it is that is your niche. And if you haven't had one yet, then you are perfectly capable of finding it. I know you can. You will find it. You don't have to be super pro at it. I still believe in you. Was that Bob Ross saying anything that you're willing to practice at, you are? I feel like that's very much the embodiment of this pile. You encourage other people to become that thing that they wanted to be as a child. You encourage others to go after their dreams. And that's incredible. That's how you're unforgettable. It's incredible. Of course, no wonder why you're unforgettable, pile number one. I would count down to seeing you. So I'm going to count down to seeing you in the next reading. And yeah, I'm going to look forward to seeing your energy. Remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun. Goodbye, pile number one. I'll see you in your next reading. Okay. Okay. Pile number two. We had 314 on, well, we had 3314 on the clock, so you could be a life path 33. 314 also reminds me of Babylonians and Egypt, so you may have some ties or interest in those. 3333 on the clock. It may have a lot of synchronicities considering how many we've had already for this video. You have orange and green on yours, so I feel like a lot of you are working on getting back outside at this time. I feel like you're unforgettable for just how grounded and down to earth you are. Especially with the orange calcite. I feel like you being so grounded allows others to be energized. I feel like you also have a very strong and vast spiritual team, because normally when it takes a moment for me to get into it, it's usually because you have a very strong spiritual team asking who's getting up in your energy. So yeah, a lot of people might find you unforgettable the way that how strong your energy is. Um, it's very uplifting and emotionally healing with the orange calcite. So, way you're unforgettable is the way you uplift and energize the room. When there's a party, you might be the one hyping it up and screaming and dancing a lot. Yeah, I feel like you really calm the soul area with the green for grounding, but with the orange, I feel like you're very easygoing. What do I want to do with this? Because it remains the equilibrium of energies, right? So I feel like you aren't very like, yeah, because I feel like you're very grounded within yourself. But I don't feel like you're just like easygoing and down to earth. I just feel like you are grounded within yourself. You know who you are. And that's what makes you unforgettable. Is that you know who you are, you know what you are like, and you know what you like, and you're not hurting anyone, so you're gonna do it. And you motivate others as well. You help motivate others and increase their energy levels. If someone's like feeling low energy around you, usually go up to them and you don't let them pull you out of your energy. That's what I mean from feeling grounded, is the fact that you, if someone else is having a sad time, you're not going to go over there and all of a sudden you're in a sad time too. You will either try to assist by, being a good friend and talking to them as much as you can, but you also know that they have to work on it themselves and you can't change the way other people feel. So that's what I mean, like, you're very hype. You're a hype person. You're a hype man, you're a hype woman, you're a hype them. You're a hyped individual. You could be a MC or someone who goes up beforehand to introduce those who are coming on stage. I'm also getting that you may also work with voice acting. Life coach, or just a regular coach as well. Like those who work inside of like with Girl Guides or like a coach for like a hockey team and stuff like that. So you may work with the younger generations than yourself. I'm getting teacher vibes where you have to be uplifting and motivated, but you can't just get pulled out of your energy when the kids start acting out of, kids start acting out. It's your job to delegate. Yes, that's the energy I've been trying to feel out. Oh, thank goodness. I was like, what's the energy where you're super sporadic, but you're grounded? You delegate. You're a delegator. You know that things need to get done, and you know that you want to have a fun time as well. So you're delegating. You're like, hey, I know we have fun, but break time's over, everyone, and we really need to get this next job site done. Maybe you're doing concrete filling. Maybe you're doing drywalling. Whatever you're working on, because I'm feeling really like building up energy with the 33. Is also a master builder number. So some of you may be in construction and draw blueprinting, and you know that people on the job site are going to want to have fun, do a bit of ribbing, josh each other around. Who is this Josh? What has he done? Sorry. I feel like, yeah, you can be a bit silly, and it keeps people high-spirited, you know, you're comedic relief. Is what I feel for you as well. And that's what makes you unforgettable, is the fact that you can be responsible, but you're also not a hard ass. So yeah, like, you know, you realize people want to get things done. People can get a bit off topic at time, like I did there. My hair is so clean and it just wants to stick to each other. Pardon my hair. It was half dried through the video, and now it's fully dry, and it's like, hi. So yeah, some of you may have unforgettable hair. People might find that your hair is very shiny and clean, especially with the sun card here. Okay, why pile number 2 is unforgettable, please. So yeah, the way you manage your money is unforgettable. And the way you share with others as well. Because 10 of Pentacles, it looks like this person is like handing out like treats to the neighborhood dogs and really just a celebration. Whenever you're around people, you don't only celebrate for yourself, you'll invite others into your celebration. Yeah, you give people reasons to celebrate is why you're unforgettable. And the fact that you allow others to celebrate with you without withholding it. Or acting like you're better than. Some of your music might be unforgettable as well, or the different stories of your travels from your younger years with all those different like scrolls, like almost like victory stories. So yeah, a lot of people might find your stories of your younger years or your accomplishments unforgettable, and they're like, wow, I can't believe that person was on the news, or I can't believe this person's building a whole school for the town with their company. And with the music there, yeah, it kind of looks like a liar. A lot of you might be really good at math. If you're building a whole school and drawing out blueprints, then yeah, obviously you're good at math. The reason why I know this is because Pythagoras was the one who came up with the string theory for this for the lyre, and he's very good at mathematics. So a lot of you might be really good at mathematics or are working towards being an accountant. And that's why you're good with money and you're like helping others get their money in order. And that's like your 2 different diplomas or whatever you've had to work through. So yeah, some of you are unforgettable for your math, for your book smarts. So some of you may have been an unforgettable student, or had a mentor and they're really excited that you are their mentee, and you're really unforgettable, just the way you connected with them, the way you had your homework done. Like maybe there's a teacher that will never forget you as a student. Yeah, you're an unforgettable student. Whether that's because you were acting out as a class clown or if it was because you were smart, or both. You really stood out in school. Yeah, the fact that you travel a lot. I said that with the one over here and the traveling in the background and your stories of what you had to come. When you are neither here or there, yeah, you're constantly on the move. You may get different contracts where you may have to move around or travel to different places. Some of you, if you work in healing or are building up a business chain, you may be going to other locations to find out whether or not this is suited for you. Or there's some of you who are starting your own company and looking for a clinic, and they're like, where's their place? Are they still working out of their home? Are they going to be working at the clinic? People just find the way you're progressing is unforgettable. 42. Some of you may be 42, or the number 6 could be important to you. You could be life path number 6, which makes sense with the 33 down to 6 as well. Some of you might do traveling because you're doing seminars and talking about the work that you do. So are you feeling a little lost because your goals and intentions seem so far away? You know you cannot live your old life anymore. So, with one foot in the past and one reaching for the future, you discover you are in between worlds. This place still has flavor of your past, but it is so brightly colored by the glimmering dreams of your future. You're just not there yet. This is a wondrous place to explore. Yeah, I feel like you're constantly leveling up. People are finding it unforgettable because every time they think that you've landed in the new you, you've moved on to a different, like you're constantly shedding your skin and moving up into a different home, like a hermit crab moving from one shell into another. I feel like you're constantly upgrading yourself because you can see in the one version it doesn't have legs, and then the next version it has legs. So you're like, got a diploma, got my business, or like you don't even need a like it doesn't have to be a diploma set. Like you had singing lessons and now you're dropping a song. You're getting gender affirming surgery and learning, to deal with the different hormones or like that you're dealing with at this time. That could also be as well. Is that you're going through hormone treatments and you're in the in-between of transitioning as well. That may for some of you. If that message doesn't apply, then you know where to do with it. Leave it. You're not there yet. It's a wondrous place to explore, for this is where you can reconsider your past, choosing to see it as a sacred and beautiful and not as something to disregard or run away from. Yeah, a lot of people are finding you unforgettable, the way that you are praising yourself and loving yourself for your past lessons and realizing that, like that one Queen Herbie song, I didn't fail, I only learned. I'll say it again in case you ain't heard. I never failed at nothing, I only learned. I never failed at nothing, I only learned. Yeah, a lot of people find you unforgettable because you act like you never failed at nothing, you only learned. Like, yeah, you took every single one of the things that happened to you, you turned it into a lesson, and you turned that lesson into a blessing, and you were thriving. So yeah. take that past. If you can bless all that has been brought here right now, you'll see your time between worlds will not be long at all. Is there anything at all that you need to release in this liminal space? So yeah, do you need to cord cut any old thinking? Is there any old stories or unfinished business niggling at you? Why is it not nagging? Who wrote this? N-I-G-G-I? Oh, no. It should be nagging at you, but it's N-I-G-G-L-I-N-G. I don't even know. I'm going to check to see if that's a word after. So yeah, a lot of people, grammar doesn't matter. It's colonial thinking. But I don't know what niggling is. And it sounds close to giggling, but I don't know. Maybe it's a real word. Maybe it doesn't need to be a real word. Some of you might be making your own type of language for a book that you're writing. Or you're writing a book. Yeah, you might be writing a book like in light language, which is just genetic codings coming down through and being, communicated. So yeah, some of you might be communicating and creating your own language. That was a weird way to get to that message, Spirit. I just want to let you know. Now is the perfect time to consider an inventory to ensure you are not bringing any old baggage forward in this journey with you. Most important, you must see how far you have come. You are extraordinary being of light blessing by the universe. Here on purpose, trust your dream and desires are sacred. They matter, and in perfect form they will rise to greet you on the other side of the in-between, where you may sometimes feel you are neither here or there. Bring yourself to this moment and make effective use of it. Bless your life. You have nothing to lose on this journey. I love this chair. Why do you speak? I give you all I ever need. That's it. You're gonna get the WD-40. I don't care. Yeah, a lot of you might be mechanics. Or just really handy around the house. Yeah, you might be in the in-between from being a freshman. Is that what they're called? No, that's not what they're called. A first year. You're in between being a first year and a journeyman, or a lot of people just find it unforgettable, your journey from being a first year to a journeyman. Did I do the hoppity hop already? No, I didn't. Do the hoppity hop. Do the hoppity hop. Ace of Emotions. So yeah, the Ace of Cups. There we go. You were breaking out of the water. You were coming up for air. People find it unforgettable how much of a fresh breath of air you are. They don't feel like they're drowning when they're around you, to try and get to be seen, trying to feel like they get a moment of peace. They don't feel like they're drowning in bogged down in energy. They don't feel like they have to dim themselves down or dumb themselves down. They don't need to dilute themselves. They get to be their full selves. Well, you are unforgettable because people don't feel the need to water themselves down when they're around you. I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. You can suck my rabbit hole. Okay. Lately, that's my vibe. Okay. Can't find it. I can't. Why? 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 Yeah, a lot of people feel like they can't find you sometimes, and that's why you're unforgettable, is the way you go into hermit mode sometimes. Um, or maybe more often than not, who knows? Yeah, I feel like you go deep, you go deep diving into yourself every now and then to do an inventory on how you're feeling and transforming. Like I said, constantly transforming. Like, oh wow, they're already a new person. Like they went from being a starfish to being a whole mermaid, a whole merman. Last time I saw him, he was just a tadpole. This watery ace is fluid as seaweed that dances and sways in the currents. She is always bubbling with new feeling brought to life underneath mirrored surfaces of her creative shores. Hers is a creative of the heart, an intelligent guided by emotions. So yeah, you're very uh, compassionate and creative is why you're unforgettable. And you're unblocking your creativity at this time. So a lot of you may have had a creative block for a while, but the way you come back after you take a moment to feel inspired is really unforgettable. Much like with, who was it? Van Gogh. Van Gogh would have his depressive states and he wouldn't paint for very long. And when he was coming out of those depressive states is when he would paint. Those beautiful paintings that we have that we usually are, being like, oh, he was depressed and this is what he drew while he was. No, it was during his coming out of depression. So for that, to me, it feels like that a lot of people find it unforgettable the way you are able to overcome your depression, the way you are able to overcome your anxieties and put your creativity out there. Some of you may have stage fright and people are finding it unforgettable how you were able to do it, how you were able to go out there and put your music on display, even though you are afraid, because a lot of people who are afraid would never do that, and that people are finding that unforgettable. She does this. Hold on. She creates a new perception and awareness of all the magical connections that connect the Guinness of the loving relationships. She begins this through healing, blending, introducing, and taking the plunge towards love each and every time. Yeah, you don't give up on love is something that's unforgettable about you. Whether or not you've been hurt and scorned in the past, you still do not give up on love. A lot of people be like, oh no, love's never coming for me, and I'm never gonna have love, and love. And you're like, I love love. Love believes in you. Love's coming for you. It will happen. If you believe in love, love believes in you, and love believes in you even if you don't believe in it, because it believes in you because it's love. And I feel like that's your energy, file number 2, and that's amazing. We definitely need to keep that kind of energy around. She invites you to the depth of her tide to swim in her healing waters and emerge at the surface of your truth, where she will open up the rivers of a new affinities and experiences. Beautiful new heart connections are on their way. Yeah, some people find it unforgettable the way you are able to make connections. You might be really easy at going up to people. Even if you're afraid, you just know that the only way to make new connections is to do it. So the way you move is unforgettable, honestly. To put it sweet and simple, the way you move. I like the way you move. Boop, boop, boop. I like the way you move. Yeah. A lot of people, you might be an incredible dancer. And if you're not, then just the way you move with grace and the way you move with your plans and your money, money moves, the way you move, whether it's the way you move towards picking up, making a move on someone, whether it's moves on the dance floor, whether it's moves towards healing and repairing yourselves. Or it's, boss moves, making big boss moves with money and stuff. Maybe your own boss as well. Milk thistle. Honey badger, don't mind. Yeah, some people really find you unforgettable about how unbothered you are with traditions. Yeah, there's sirens going off in the background. Some of you are unforgettable because you're a siren. Or something serious happened to you when you went through a serious emergency, and the way that you bounced back from it. Some of you may have went to jail. Some of you may have went through a fire. Some of you may have went through domestics. The way you bounced back from it and you nurtured yourself and you gave yourself that care and nurturing that you deserved to flourish is unforgettable. Some of you may be starseeds from Orion with the Babylonian and the 314 from the beginning of the reading. That makes sense. So the fact that there's the 3 stars here again, pyramids might be important to you. Some of you might be 23 years old. Or 5s are important to you as well. Yeah, you're a peaceful warrior. You're a truth keeper, shelter, sanctuary, safekeeping. Some of you may be unforgettable because you allowed people to stay with you when they didn't have a place to stay. You're the type of person who would give your shirt off your back if it would help make another person feel safe and secure. Is unforgettable. Some of you may have wet nursed for someone else, and that's what made you unforgettable, is being a midwife or a doula, or just helping take care of new mothers. That may not be for everyone. Some of you may have breastfeeded or decided that you were going to raise your kid in a different way, and the fact that you stood up to your family members and was like, no, this is the way I'm going to bottle feed. No, I'm not going to put a cover over top of their head and keep them warm. Like standing up against traditions and knowing that you're going to parent the way you want to parent is unforgettable. The way you are making your own choices and what you're going to do as a parent is unforgettable for some people. So whether that's the fact that you are willing to stay up and do diapers or breastfeed or whatever it is, or if you have a pet and it needs some medication and you're getting up every 9 hours to give them that medication that they need, and it's really unforgettable to other people, the dedication and the love and the nurturing that you have for others. Yeah, the guidance. So milk thistle dispels the damage and destructive thoughts that can be induced as an endless loop of self-sabotage. Yeah, people are finding unforgettable the way you stopped self-sabotaging your life and built it up. You're a master builder. Abandoning insecurity, gossip, fear-based protection strategies that enable frustration or a false sense of growth. Do not waste your time trying to control what cannot be controlled. Like a peaceful warrior, set your boundaries firmly and fearlessly. Like Badger, Milk Thistle shakes up system that hinders innovation and halts patterns and behaviors that stunts growth. Know that what you are not changing, you are choosing. So yeah, you decided to choose different. You realize the actions and the self-sabotage that you were doing to yourself was not getting you anywhere. So what's unforgettable is the fact that you had self-awareness to recognize that, and you changed those patterns, which is not an easy thing to do in the slightest, pile number 2. So I'm proud of you. And yeah, anyone who's able to take their childhood, you know, teachings and realize that, you know, you have some trauma to heal and new lifestyle choices to be making if you're like self-sabotaging all the time. The fact that you turned that ship around and was like, not me, not gonna happen, and then you did it, that is unforgettable. I'm not surprised that people find you unforgettable, pile number 2, because not everyone can take, you know, our egos and our immature and responsibility avoiding and be like, you wanna know what? I should be more responsible. I should be more caring towards myself. And I should show people what I'm capable of as a creator, as an artist. And you did it. That's incredible. Thank you for letting me read your cards through and your energies. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun. Bye! Pile number 3. If you chose the red tiger's eye and the old style paper mache looking one, then this file is for you. It kind of reminds me of those old school graffiti shows where, like in the 80s, that they would have pop up for counting down. So that you might be old school, or you may be older in age where there wasn't a lot of colors added to TV yet. So 2, 4, 5. So you might be seeing February 4th and 5th could be important for you. Or 5, 5, because, oh, never mind. I thought that was 1. I was going to be like double 5, but no. So 2, 6, and 5 is the number for you. You could see it inside video games, see confirmation on your phone. It could be a birthday. It could be a special number for you. It doesn't have to be, but that's just extra confirmation. So let's get to it. Can we get messages on why pile number 3 is unforgettable? when the night heals my soul, I'll be home. Yeah, I feel like you're in your own, the way you don't mind being alone. Pile number 3. The way you don't mind going into hermit mode. You know, that's one saying is like, do you like hanging out with yourself when you're alone? Yeah, you do. People find it unforgettable the way you just like hanging out with yourself. And you're like, some of you may be introverts and you're like, yeah, I would much rather, very much so, Kymmy, I would much rather not hang out with others. But I feel like it's more so that you're able to have introspection on your own self and your own life, and you take that time to go within. You're not afraid to really put yourself under a microscope and find out what it is that you need to work on, if you need to work on, or what you need to praise yourself for too as well. I feel like you really give yourself time away for relaxation. I feel like you're really protective over others as well. Like you don't want you really protect others because you don't want their light to get, confirmation, their light to get dimmed. With like your protective staff there being like, I dare you to try and come for my friend's light. I will smack you with my Rafiki stick. I will do it. So yeah, I feel like you're very protective over your friends, or like if you have a tarot channel, I feel like you get very protective over your followers. If you have a TikToker or a following of any kind, I feel like you're very protective over them and they're very close and dear to your heart. I feel like you would like have no problems blocking people who are being disrespectful. I feel like you run a tight ship, pile number 3. Yeah, you run a very tight ship. Because the red tiger's eye is supposed to be protection, it's supposed to give you energy and keep you calm. So I'm not even tired. Yeah, you really allow others to like and release that energy. It's the same with the Hemonite. So the crystals like red jasper and Hemonite for the red tiger's eye. So you may have a lot of like slow and steady wins the race. And that's why you're not so afraid to be in hermit mode. And that's why people find you unforgettable. Is the fact that you aren't in a rush. When people see you, you're always like walking to where you gotta go. You're making sure that you're dressed to the extent that you want to be. You know, you're not dressing to impress anyone else. You're dressed impressed. You're just impressed. You're just impressive is what I'm hearing. Impressive. Some of you might like Smoshed. Or Chosen's. May resonate with Chosen's, Lightworker, whatever they're calling them nowadays. I feel like you really do resonate with that. Yeah, some of you might be shamans. It all depends on what you are, my love. But I feel like the fact that you're taking the time to do the work and study those types of followings and are able to back up your work, you're very knowledgeable. Probably because you're like taking all the time to read books and hang out at home watching, documentaries and going down the rabbit hole. I feel like this is definitely the rabbit hole type of people. Yeah. You really whisk people off of their feet. A lot of you might be really good bakers. You might work. That's why you're doing at home. You're just at home baking and loving your cats. This is a lot of energy I'm getting. Yeah, some of you might like watching documentaries on sharks and have love for the types that are considered to be unlovable. What makes you unforgettable is that you love the unloved. Yeah, you feed people's heart. You know the chicken soup for the soul kind of type of books. You're like the chicken soup for people's soul piles, number 3. You really feed people's hearts when you do come around. And that's why you're unforgettable, is the fact that you take time for yourself. But when you are around, you feed other people's hearts. You might feed them directly too. That's another message I'm getting as well, is that you help others without taking recognition. You do it in secret. And it's unforgettable. For those who you've helped on the low, they will never forget that you helped them that way. And the fact that you didn't go and brag about it or talked about their situation and being like, yeah, you're being pile number 3. So they're like, whatever, so-and-so were not doing very well with money and I brought them food. That's not what you're doing. And there's you're unforgettable because they're surprised by that. Maybe because they're the type of person who would brag when they help other people, or they just are so afraid of that because most cases there are people out there who do it. And I'm not going to say most cases because there are people who do it and are people who just for the sake of giving. And that's you, pile number 3, is you give for the sake of giving. You want to feed that soul. You want to feed the hungry. You don't want to feed your heart, your greedy heart. You want to feed their hungry heart. So you want to feed them compassion. You whisk people off of their feet with your compassion and your big heart. Look how big that heart is. But yeah, I feel like you help others and you're not going and putting it on display. Like, you could be the type of person who donates to the food bank and you don't take a big picture of it before you take it in and be like, I went to the food bank today to drop this off. And but there was a person at the store who saw you drop all of that food and they're like, wow, that person dropped off all that food. Wow. And they didn't even say anything. They didn't even wait. They just left. That person who works at the food bank now is like, wow, that person's really caring, and they didn't even care. They didn't even want my thanks. They just wanted to drop it off and go. I feel because pile number 3 is because you were in those situations at one point and people made a big deal of it. And maybe not publicly, but they made you feel ashamed of it. And you don't want to share that. You don't want to pass that on. You want to leave that in the past. And you're making different vibrations echo outwards. You're like, I'm going to take that and I'm going to be an alchemist and I'm going to transmute it. I'm going to transmute it into love. I'm just going to whisk up some love right now. But yeah, I feel like you do a lot of things for others and it's not for recognition. And that's why you're unforgettable. You're unforgettable to those who you have helped in the darkness of night that has never gotten accolades during the light. But you are never forgotten. You are unforgettable to them. Ooh. Ooh. So yeah. Pile number 3. I know you could feel the crying because you feel like it was a thankless thing, But Spirit thanks you because they were asking you to do that in the moment. And sometimes you help people and you're like, am I helping the right people? Am I gonna have enough left for me? And you still do it every time. You make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Oh yes, that's just another message as well. Is that you not only help others, you make sure that you're taken care of, because a lot of people do help and give to, give to their detriment. Like, you don't want to be giving to your own, give and give and give till you don't have anything yourself, because then you need to ask for others. You need to take care of yourself before you take care of others. And that's what's unforgettable about you, is the fact that you are taking care of yourself and taking care of others. So it's a good pile, man. It's a good pile. Woo! You may be my water pile, because I feel like extras, like, heartfelt, or you just may be a really heartfelt and emotional being. Excuse me, card. I'm gonna need you to... No, I'm not bending all the way over there. You come closer. There we go. Yay! You are the magician. Yes. You manifest. You are the magician. This is great. I hope my big old side wasn't showing there. Oh, it's not that big. I'm gonna be nice to myself. I shouldn't. Yeah, you're learning how to talk to yourself better. A lot of people may have noticed how you have lost some weight and eating healthier. That's another thing, is the way that you are learning how to eat healthier. You may not eat out at restaurants as much anymore, or if you are, then you're like knowing how much you need to feel satisfied. So yeah, you are the magician. You have all, that's how you are unforgettable. It seems like you have every tool that you need. Yeah, you are able to make do with what you got, pile number 3. Yeah, like when I said the 4 look like old school and stuff like that, so like a lot of you might not upgrade your devices a lot, and you make do with what you got, but you still make it look good. Like, you may have an old phone, but it still looks very well taken care of. It doesn't look like you're living, you're not living outside of your means, and you also don't look like you're not taking care of yourself and keeping old, stagnant, broken energy around. It feels like some of you might like bowling or getting new crystals for your altar. Some of the people might find you unforgettable because of the crystals that you wear around or jewelry. You may channel messages for people when you go out and you don't realize, and you say something that was really heartfelt from their family member that may have passed on, or just something they really needed to hear. And that makes you unforgettable, is the things that you channel through and how much you're in alignment. A lot of you may do grid work as well, and that makes you unforgettable, is the type of upgrading and grid and genetic downloads you get as a starseed. Reaching up, the magician waves and spins her reality into form. Yeah, you're a powerful manifester. It seems like you are able to bring your manifestations into the physical reality without any problems. And it's because you realize that manifesting isn't actually manifesting. You're just walking into the reality that you know you deserve. You're just stepping into your placement, really. You're just stepping into alignment. Yeah. A lot of people love how aligned you are. You may post stuff online just in time when people were feeling really down, and you may never know this, but they may have been going through a really big depressive time, and you post something inspiring and it comes on their timeline and they're like, wow, that made me feel really better. Now they may have not commented on it or liked it, which is why, you know, but you're unforgettable to some people, and you may not even realize because you said something nice, or you posted something, or you know, showed them some kindness, and they may have really needed that. Some people might find you unforgettable with the dresses or the way you dress. How you can dress for every different occasion. You're like, okay, it's time for me to dress like the hermit, and for other times you're like, okay, it's time for me to dress like the magician. It's time for me to go all out. It's time to show out, go out, and shine like a diamond. And the other time you're like, okay, this is sweatpants and my Avenged Sevenfold Day, isn't it? And you're like, yep, it certainly is, and away you go. With magic from the ethers and determination in hand, she wields all the potential of the cosmos. She reminds you that you, too, have all you need to bring your desires into form. Yeah, people feel like you are able to bring all that you desire. You be getting what you want. You get what you want, pile number 3, and you want to know what? You deserve it. 4 elements support this journey, so she steps into the strings of her magic looms to bring into existence, essence into reality. With sound heart and thought vibration, she promises to weave a better world. A divine luminescent stance forms between her hands. It always comes so quickly with her intention to create something healing for others, something transcendent and totally rooted in love. She invites you to welcome a state of trance in order to tap into liminal spaces of your creative potential, to feel and to know your desire and your end goal, and to draw down all the energetic material to make it real. Give it form, pattern, color, space, and so it is. Sir, pile number 4, what's it gonna be? Good. No. Some of you might be attracted to another pile. If you are, then this is your confirmation, but the card was Milk Thistle. That will be your clue if it's the same pile as the one now. But you may have some messages in another pile if you feel so. Chamomile. Some of you may make your own tea out of herbs that you have in your garden, and that's what's unforgettable to you, for you. The way you have found your inner peace, much like off of, you know, Kung Fu Panda, he realized in the end of the movie that it wasn't Po that was interrupting his inner peace. It was his own self that was interrupting his inner peace. So you unforgettable the way you have found your inner peace, not by, you know, because all of the distractions in the world have calmed down and there's nothing to be stressed about anymore, absolutely nothing. And now you're just managing it better. You're like, you want to know what, this is stressful, but you want to know what, I've gone through something like this before, and I know the universe has my back, so I'm not gonna be doing backflips worrying about this situation when I could just be chilling here by the pool with my toes in, having an iced tea. Some of you might be having iced tea right now. Woo, delicious. Peace, restoration, softness, purity, and grace. Guidance. If you find yourself often triggered and consumed by small stresses, be aware that they are accumulating, creating a chaotic state, a chronic state of disharmony and fear. Some of you might be hunters and are going for fear. Fear. Now I say fear instead of for les feux. Camel today, some of you might be French. Either way, Camel today is reminding you not to project your fears into your life and others. Allow yourself a state of internal peace and giving yourself great love. Imagine the greatest love. Imagine Camel, like dear energy, instills a contained center of innocence, warmth, and light within us. Dear blesses us with power of gentleness to heal our own wounds and our heart-mind of wounded beings. Don't push hard to do the work. It's the gentleness of the spirit that heals us. Yeah, you can't shame. You realize that you can't shame yourself into progression. You can't shame yourself into healing. So you're showing yourself grace. And that's showing people how unforgettable. Because before you used to be super hard on yourself. And now you're giving yourself the same love and understanding that you would do for a friend. And that's incredible. So that's how you are unforgettable, pile number 3. Thank you for coming through and letting me read your energies. I hope you enjoyed the reading and have a wonderful 4444 portal. And yeah, remember to eat, hydrate, have fun, and rest. Bye! Pile number 4, if you chose this Moss Agate, then this pile is for you. 341. So 314 could be important to you, or March 5th could be important to you. You could be 45. Yeah, so 341. So March 5th or 14 or 3 could be an important number for you. You could be seeing it lately. And Moss Agates, a lot of people may find that you are commanding the spotlight with a calm approach. A lot of you may, a lot of you might be unforgettable because of the fact that you're constantly drinking water and constantly hydrating, or telling other people to remember to drink and hydrate. A lot of you might be believers in holistic healings, maybe a doula or a midwife, as Moss Agate was used during pregnancy for assisting lessening pain and ensuring a good delivery. Okay, so let's get into this. Yeah, a lot of you people might find you unforgettable in the way that you bring a sense of calm and tranquility. Yeah, with your approach to the spotlight, because you have all those lights and it reminds me of going out into the spotlight. I feel like you command attention. You command attention, but you're not aggressive about it. Not like, yo, everyone, shut the F up. I'm on stage now. Look at me. Instead, you'll be like, it's okay. I'll wait till you're all ready. And everyone's like, wait for what? Wait for what? Like, I'll show you, and you go full tilt. I feel like you go full tilt. You command attention. Whether this is on stage or when you walk into a room, all of a sudden everyone's like, oh, they're here. And it's not like you like kick the door open like, boom, baby. Sorry for anyone who had headphones on, rip your ears. But I don't feel like you're Cuscoing into the room and being like, boom, baby. I feel like you're more so like you walked in and, what's a good example? The eagle has landed. The eagle has landed. Like how on Princess Diaries, when the queen walks into the room, she doesn't like make a lot of noise. She just walks in, and even if she's late, she's like, well, a queen arrives exactly when she needs to. And I feel like that's your energy, pile number 4. You show up to the event when you want to. You leave the event when you want to. And people are going to love that you're there. They're like, yes, pile 4 showed up. It's a party now. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, what I feel is unforgettable about you is people never know what you're gonna do next. With the 2 of Swords, people are always constantly like, what are they gonna do next? You never know what pile number 4 is gonna do next. Are they gonna learn how to dance? Are they gonna learn how to be a ventriloquist? Are they gonna go to on a tour? Are they gonna go backpacking in Europe? Who knows? You constantly keep people on their feet, and yeah, I feel like you're very spontaneous, and for people who are indecisive, that makes them very finds you unforgettable, because they're sitting there being indecisive, and you're like, whatever, I'll do both of it. People will be sitting there forever being like, should I learn how to be a painter, or should I learn how to be a florist? And you're like, well, I'm gonna arrange my own flowers and then I'm gonna paint them after. You're like, I'm gonna be a florist and a painter. Why not both? Why not both? I feel like that's what's really surprising people and makes them feel very unforgettable. You're very unforgettable, pile number 4, because you don't just limit yourself to one thing. You don't just get stuck in your mind about, what if I fail at doing this? You're like, well, I'm going to try this. I'm going to get as far as it can go, and then I will move on to something else. You don't feel like anything is going to make or break you, or at least others find this to be a trait within you. This is why other people find you unforgettable. So yeah, some of you might be into dual weaponry, and that might be find you unforgettable, is the fact that you are able to, if it's not weapons, then I'm feeling like you may you may work with fans or do fire spinning. You might do rose dances as well, is what I'm hearing. Some of you are unforgettable because you're a sneakerhead. That might not be for everyone, but yeah, with those sneakers sticking out there, a lot of you might really enjoy fresh kicks, or you might have a cool pair of kicks. Or rollerblades. You might have a sweet penguin. Come here. Like a baby. You're a baby. Yeah, some of you might have a cute pets that makes you unforgettable, is the way you treat your pets like they're your children, like they're one of your family, is a lot that I'm getting right now as well. Oh, you're a baby. You're a baby. Yeah, a lot of people mirror you. You may notice that you're so unforgettable that people literally will mirror you the next time that you come around. You are a muse. You are a sense of an inspiration for others people's creation. You rise like a phoenix from the ashes as well as something I'm getting. Egypt and the pyramids may be important for you as well. Hi, baby. Can you not? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. I have one more pile left. Can you wait? And I'll give you all the cuddles in the world. Whether you want them or not, I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to kiss you. I'm going to kiss you. Yeah, you want them. Yeah, a lot of you might take time for your children, and that might make you unforgettable. The way you interact with animals could be unforgettable. You might be a vet, and just the way that you handled someone's baby with care, and, you know, can you get down, please? Can you get down? Can you get down, please? Excuse me. Excuse me, do you have a warrant? Do you have a warrant? No. Excuse me. Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. I have one more left. And you're interrupting it. Yeah, you're taking up my time. Rude. I know, right? A lot of you might be Scorpions because that's my Scorpio baby. So you might be this might be the Scorpio pile. Yeah, you're rising like the phoenix from the ashes. And that's how you're unforgettable, is the things that came to knock you down, you used as the building blocks to only rise yourself up higher. People sent you to drown in gasoline, and you used it to make a rocket fuel to get yourself the F out of that situation. So people are very, if you are unforgettable, the way you handle situations and get out of things that people thought would like drag you down, that would put you in a sarcophagus. People thought you would end up in the sarcophagus 6 feet under, and here you are, twice the person you originally were. They're like, dang, we thought pile number 4 was cool before, and now they just came back and on double time. Some of you might do freestyle or rap on double time. Yeah, so a lot of you might be fast rappers, and that's how you're unforgettable, is how fast that you can spit your lines. Because I'm getting double time from the double image, and especially with the lines here kind of look like musical sheet paper. Might be how fast you can shred a guitar too. Flames going off. Pyrotechs, the way that you converse with the moon as well. You're unforgettable. You may have moon meetings, new moon, full moon, covens where there's a bunch of people coming around. When you have those meetings, people find the events very unforgettable and enlightening. Muse of inspiration. Welcome, timely traveler, to the world of inspiration. Expect to be initiated in ways you cannot yet even imagine. Fully captivated by ideas and propelled by the enthusiastic ambition, this muse offers fire to brand the edges of your experience and racing excitement to ignite the wisdom to your heart. She asks you to enlist the help of others along the way, and she shares her power to turn to ash that which you have been anchored. Remember, your warm cocoon of confidence and determination will light up your heart with belief and inspiration. It will sing into being a phoenix energy that will allow you to rise from the depths of anything that has been put in your path. with butterfly heart flutters and breath to deliver life. It is time to set your world aglow. Vision and a come will be your guides. It is time to find purpose, success, and taking inspiration, action, and falling in love with your goals. So a lot of you may get your cats or animals that like to come and help with your readings as well. She is very helpful. I love her. And the next one, I will have all of them listed below which decks I'm using. So number 11, some of you might be life path or destiny number 11s, or life path number 2. You might be seeing 1111 a lot. Foxes could be important to you as well. I feel like you're quantum jumping as well at this time. A lot of people might find it unforgettable the way that you are able to view past lives, do quantum hypnosis therapy, and the way you quantum leap into different realities, bringing all this color and fruitfulness into your life. If a fox can't find his tail, it might be because he's chasing the wrong things and looking in the wrong direction. One that is unnatural to him. Sometimes you might find yourself compromising to avoid conflict. You are coming from a place of fear. It may work in the moment, but you may still lose something about yourself in exchange. You know this deep down, but occasionally you need to be reminded to stay true to your inner knowing so that you don't trade your truth in giving into someone's expectations or perceived dominance just to keep the peace. It goes for following trends. Oh, everyone appears to be doing it, so you do it too just to fit in because it looks like successful, but it's unsustainable. Yeah, you don't follow the crowd. You go your own way, and everyone's like, why are they jumping through that hole? What are they doing? Like, why are they going through that one? All of us are going over in this direction. Like, all of us are jumping down in this direction. And you're like, no, I'm going to come up through this direction with all my color. And they're like, some people are like, oh, yeah, good idea. And they want to jump in on it. When you do this, it is automatically good for everyone. Oh, now it is time to be clear on your unique qualities and offerings based on values. When you do this, it is automatically good for everyone. Don't say yes unless you mean it, or you'll feel ungrounded and resentful. That said, if you're clear that you don't have all the facts, it's okay to change your mind, but only do it if it's right for you. Yeah, you don't change your mind very often unless it is for your highest good. And a lot of people find that unforgettable considering a lot of them are people pleasers, and that's unfortunate. I was at one point too. It happens. It says if you are clear that you don't have all, you can ask for more information so you can understand the situation better, avoiding the defensive reaction, including all assumptions you may have, and aligning better with the idea of win-win. When you stop chasing your tail, you'll come to find a gentle, grounding, empowering place. So much good is possible when you do this. Oh, pile number 4, please. How are they unforgettable? Ashwagandha. Yeah, you help people lower their cortisol levels. You make them feel safe around you. Ashwagandha can be used for stabilizing moods as well. So a lot of you could have learned to stabilize your mood, and people are finding it unforgettable how much change you've gone from being angry. You could have went through anger management classes, and people are finding it unforgettable how much you have changed and grown as an individual, and taking a more gentle approach to life. Ashwagandha, purpose, finding divine purpose. So yeah, I feel like a lot of you are finding your own internal clock. You're finding your own Cancadia? Whatever it's called. Finding your own internal clock and what your foods are and how you function. And people are finding that unforgettable is the fact of how much you switched and are taking more better care of yourself, knowing what your sleep cycle is. Are you a night person, day person? Finding a job that equates for those needs in your life. Are you a heavy eater first thing in the morning? Are you a light eater, a little peckish, and then eat throughout the day? Are you a meals person? Are you eat a snack every 2 hours type of person? You're finding out what you are, and you're finding out what that perfect potion is, that perfect mix that makes you 100%. And people are finding that unforgettable is that you're willing to take the time to learn yourself. Receiving a divine gift. Yeah, you have a divine gift. Guidance. Ashwagandha, like the North Node, mirrors the potential of our divine purpose, also known as Dharma in the Sanskrit? I forgot how to pronounce that. My bad. Ashwagandha contains both solar and lunar elements within it, as it provides great strength and adaptability. Yeah, that's why you're unforgettable, is how adaptable you are. Yet with the deep qualities of the moon, such as relaxation, lucidness. Yeah, a lot of you might have lucid dreams, and people find it unforgettable, the types of stories that you share. And expanded consciousness. Ashwagandha reminds us that it's not necessary to fully know the entirety of your purpose in order to pursue it. When you are living in alignment with your Dharma, there is no separation between your inner and outer realities. It becomes a cohesive expression, therefore granting a feeling of wholeness and completion. Perhaps you are not clear on your desired outcome, so your effort feels unfocused or purposeless. Even if you've lost touch with your why, remain open to the mystery of the journey. Stay focused and playful. Keep following the signs. So yeah, people find you unforgettable is the fact that you are constantly staying focused. You are staying playful. You know that there's a mystery to the journey, but you know the universe has your back, as it did many times before. 153 on the clock, the universe adores thee. A lot of you might remember using pagers or use pager or like text coding instead of talking on the phone, because 153 was the original code, pager code for I adore you. Same with 143 was I love you, and 147 was I love you forever. So a lot of you might know different codings and systems like that, and that might make you unforgettable. A lot of you might know military time as well, is what I'm hearing. But yeah, I'm really appreciate you all taking the time. Whoever didn't log off as soon as I started interacting with my kitties, they're very important to me, and I hope you don't mind that they came to visit you all in your reading and bless the cards. And yeah, I look forward to seeing all your energies in the future videos, and thank you for stopping by. And remember to, yeah, I find you unforgettable as well. It will be very unforgettable, this interaction, especially with my kitty coming up. So I feel like a lot of people find you unforgettable is the fact that their animals may not interact with other people, but they will with you. Their kids are very connected to you. Their kids might not like a lot of people, but they really, you're unforgettable because like not just cats, animals and children are very drawn to you and get along with you, and you have a green thumb. I feel like animals and natures and kids really have uh, a natural pull, and you're very magnetic to them and kind and passionate. So they sense that in you, and people find that unforgettable. They're like, wow, my animal really liked you, and they don't normally come out. They're normally very scared and timid, but they came out to say hello to you. So that may be something you see. So 15522 on the clock. And yeah, a lot of synchronicities going on. So thank you for stopping by and being patient. And remember to eat, hydrate, rest, and have fun. Bye!